Connor Talbot, C license. Who's it?
I'll be
Team
stepping
culture.
out to meet parents.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so real quick, guys, kind of to piggyback off what Kyle did a little bit. The real thing that we're going to talk about is it's called self-worth. Okay, real fast. What do you think self-worth means? You don't have to write this down. Just spitball. What do you think? What does it mean?
Having confidence in yourself.
Yeah, having confidence in yourself. I love that. Who else?
Also not being too overconfident in yourself.
Having some. What's another word for that?
Cocky.
Humble.
Humble, right? Having some humility. Very good. What else? Caleb, what do you think self-worth means, buddy? Here's another word, self-value. If that helps.
I was about to say that, valuing yourself and like not putting yourself down.
Okay, good. I like that.
Caring for yourself, and being responsible for yourself.
I like that.
Like they said, being responsible, don't get down on yourself. Be able to like come back when something bad happens.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And that kind of goes into the next word, which so resilience is another big value that we kind of talk about sometimes, right? So my segue about self-worth is, Colby, do you think self-worth is based on an outcome? Or is self-worth something that is maybe something a little bit different than outcome-based?
I feel like it's a mindset.
Ooh, I like that one, a mindset. What are any other thoughts on that? Asher, do you think your self-value is outcome-based, or is it something else?
Don't really know.
Do you know what I mean by outcome-based? So, question, Owen, are you gonna feel, is your self-worth gonna be hurt if you lose a soccer game?
Usually most people, yes.
Okay, so do you think that is a good thing or a bad thing?
Mix of both. It's a bad thing because you feel a little worse about yourself, but it's a good thing because it's an opportunity to build your self-worth.
Yeah, okay, that's a great, so resilience, I would say, is the reaction, right? And maybe how we protect our self-value, right? Being resilient. So we can talk about goals and everything like that, but the biggest thing we need to discuss is, what are you gonna do when you fail? And is react, great stuff, right? But how? Okay, is it gonna,
Positive way.
in a positive way, and how it relates to the value of yourself.
React, not retaliate.
I like that. React, not retaliate a little bit, right? Against, and then we're talking about ourselves. How would you retaliate against yourself? So you play goalkeeper. How would you retaliate to yourself?
Well,
To
I
make
try
a
not to
mistake.
be mean to myself because that's just not gonna work, and I never like being mean to other people. That's probably one of the reasons that a lot of people pointed out that I wasn't mean to people, because I want it to be fun for people, not just for me.
Awesome. So you want other people to have good self-worth
Yeah.
and self-value as well. Awesome. So, real fast, all I want you to do is come up with 2 lists of words. 1-word adjectives. Okay? How we're going to define our self-worth today is, when are you feeling the best about yourself? Does that make sense? So in what moments, whether it's in soccer or anything else, are you feeling the best about yourself? So I want 1-word adjectives, as many as you can in 1 minute, that describe the best version of you. Okay? They could be values, they could be any adjective you want. But I want 1 adjective that describes the best version of you, and you can give me as many 1-word adjectives as you can come up with. Does that make sense? You have 1 minute to do that. Go ahead. Alright, now, to switch it up a little bit, I want you to come up with a list on the other side of the paper, okay, describing the anti-version of that. Right? So think about what you just came up with. What's the best version of you, your best self-worth, right? Now I want you to come up with the opposite of that. Give me, alright, so first off, was it easier to come up with negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative.
It's easier to come up with negatives. Interesting that, isn't it? Right? We were
It's
just
easier to
talking,
be mean to yourself than nice to yourself.
Exactly.
But that kind of depends how humble you
Yeah.
are.
ooh, humility, right? On some level, but that goes back to our point of self-value, right, Harps? Be nicer to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what? You're gonna be nicer to yourself. It's way easier to be critical of ourselves, but in soccer, are we trying to be at our best or be at our worst?
Best.
Just
Right? We want you to be at your best. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay? Let's hear a few of them. Give me one of your best.
Positive.
Positive. Awesome. I like that one. What about one of your worst?
Selfish.
Selfish? Okay. Fair enough. Owen?
The good one is happy.
Okay.
The bad one is annoyed.
Annoyed? Okay, so your mood plays a role in it. And interesting.
A good one for me is like refreshed, like not tired, and a bad one for me is like losing.
Okay, so let's go back to that. I want you to come up with something that is not based on an outcome. Right? So here's my question, and this goes back into being resilient. Can you control the score of a soccer game directly?
No.
No, right? You really can only control how you Exactly. So, I want you to come up, what is the worst part about losing? What are you like when you're losing that you don't like so much, Will?
I don't know.
That's okay. That's what we're gonna figure out, right? Okay, so you feel humiliated, right? That's a good one. I like that one.
I sometimes become like unresponsive a bit.
Ooh, unresponsive, uninterested,
I just get really hard on myself.
and that's a good one to finish that one on, right? Because it's easy for us to be hard on ourselves, right? When we want to be successful and we have ambition, right? Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna draw the image of your best version and your worst version. And I did mine, right? So I give you an example. So my worst version, I drew a cave, okay? Because my worst is impatient, is angry, it's disinterested, it's dark and negative, right? It's quiet. That's when I think I'm at my worst. So my best, I drew a turtle with glasses,
That's beautiful.
with the world on his back, climbing up a mountain.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh my word.
right? So that's what I drew.
That's called imagination.
That's what I want you to use right now. Okay? So take 2 or 3 minutes, and this will be kind of one of the last things we do. I want you to draw the best version of yourself, okay? And the anti of that. Not the worst, but what is the negative version of that? Okay? Just something to think about, guys. Again, we're talking about the best and the worst version, and oftentimes happens when things are going well or when they're going bad. Right? So, Will, do you feel better about yourself after you react to something that has happened to you, or when you guys are just that successful? Which means more to you, do you think?
Well,
Reacting.
Reacting, right? And do you feel good about yourself overcoming adversity? Like when I put you in a hard situation, doesn't it feel pretty good to get through it? Yeah? So let's just keep that in mind as well, because like we said earlier, it's easy to be hard on ourselves, right? But how can we be the best version of ourselves? Everybody good?
Mine's beautiful.
Does everybody have at least one photo down? All right, here we go. Let's see it. Owen, what do you got?
I got making like an upper 90 save because whenever
It's like a hot dog.
Go on, so the camera can zoom up. Let's
Show
see
the
it.
room, show the room.
Go on, show the room.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. No, so hey, so it's
Yeah.
100% in
like
soccer.
feeling that you can do anything whenever you have like the positive bit. And
And
then a shut door for the negative because I just kind of shut
No, it's
myself
okay.
out from
We don't.
society.
Let's just, for time's sake, let's focus on these positives, right? What's your image?
I drew a nice little sunshine and happiness.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because usually in my great days, I'm usually very happy and joyful and kind and long.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, what image do you have for the best version of Will?
I'm just like that.
Let's see it, buddy. Hey. Someone's trying to express themselves, right? Let's show them the same respect.
Well, it would be a gold star, but I don't have any gold because achievement.
Okay. So that's when you feel, so here, let's try one again. Hey, when you're having that success, how do you feel about yourself?
Good.
Draw good. Draw good. Hey, not just because of winning, but how do you feel about yourself when you win them, if that's what you're on? Okay? Let's go.
In my back. Oh, okay.
No, we're not, we don't, hey, positive mindset, right? What did we talk about before?
Good.
What was your value?
Growth.
Growth mindset, right? So let's continue to focus on these positives. Carson, what do you got?
My best drawing is like me with a friend like throwing a frisbee on like a sunny day outside, and then my worst is like me by myself when I maybe just did something like really bad, and I'm saying like I hit myself and it's like all raining and I'm alone. And,
So what adjective on the positive side made you want to pick throwing the frisbee with your friend?
I just like being with other people. And,
Okay.
Like, yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. That's good. So communicating with people, being connected,
Yeah.
right? That's awesome. Let's go one more or two more. Asher, what do you got?
I got me jumping.
Okay. Why?
It's like a happy jump. Like
No, it's okay.
He's jumping.
So what adjectives other than happy go into that?
hardworking.
Okay, no, that's good. Keep going.
Reliable.
Reliable. So because you can jump high, reliable.
I don't.
Well, I'm-
Sight people.
You don't. Well, if I need stuff on the top shelf as well. I'm not very tall, so I might need you. Marco, last one here, buddy. Go for it.
Well, the good one is me passing the ball to someone else and the ball has a happy face on it. Because
Okay.
everyone's happy playing the game.
Oh no, go back to that. Shit, everyone's happy playing the game.
Because I want everyone to be happy playing the game. Because that's really my goal.
Awesome. So you want to bring joy to people and how you
Yeah,
play soccer.
not.
That's awesome. So guys, we don't have time necessarily to go through everybody's, but with your image, here's what I want us to do going forward. Concentrating on when you feel you are your best self, what is your mindset in that moment? Kaylin, right? Pay attention. What are you thinking when you're that best person? Right? And so from now on, over the next 2 weeks, think about that. When you're at your best, take a breath, and Harper, reflect on how your psyche is, right? What's your mindset when you're that best version of yourself, right? Because when things go wrong, Guillermo, and we have to react, do you want to be the best version or the anti-version?
Best version.
You want to be the best version of yourself, right? And it takes a maturity and a humility to understand that, right? Good? So take these photos. When we meet in December for our evaluations, if you have it and you have a better drawing, then I know you worked on it.